Anyhow, that's my numerology, and this is gonna be my first video of journal. You know my first video of explaining to you how I my life on Earth, and like I don't have any friends, and I don't have any well, I've got family, but most of it's in Korea, and my mom and stuff lives here, my mom and stepdad, but I don't have a very big family in America, but you know, this is just going to be a video series, like how my life's going on Earth and stuff like that, and my daily happenings, like that, stuff like that, and what's going on with me, like Matt Damon, and I think it's called The Martian, or is it called Mission to Mars or something? I can't remember. Hey Alexa, what's that Matt Damon movie where he's on Mars?
The Matt Damon movie where he's on Mars is the Martian Extended Edition. There are also other Mars-related movies with Matt Damon, like Total Recall from 1990.
Yeah, it's called The Martian. Well,
You got it. The Martian is the movie where Matt Damon plays an astronaut stranded on Mars. It's a thrilling survival story based on a popular science fiction novel.
Okay, thank you.
Glad I could help.
Anyhow, like this is my life. Like I'm disabled. I'm schizophrenic. I claim disability, but I don't claim food stamps or Section 8 or Medicaid or anything like that. But it makes my life like tough. Like schizophrenia does. Like I think people are out to get me. And like secret societies are planning to or are attacking me in their basement or whatever, and like my favorite baseball team is the Cubs, and I've been watching the Cubs, and yesterday was the last game against the Orioles, and they beat them with a walk-off win, which was awesome. But it always makes me good to sing the "Go Cubs Go, Go Cubs Go" the song at the end when they win. But people try to like use and abuse me every day. So there should be lots of like this is. I'm gonna start making a video journal every day until I'm famous. I'm still gonna make regular videos, like how I usually do, but this is gonna be a new series, and it's gonna be like the Earthling series, Andrew Clay Otten in the Earthling series, it's gonna be a new playlist, like what I did as far as like what I'm going through, and what's in the news as far as me being in this strange planet called Earth. But stay tuned for more. Like should be plenty of content. Rest in peace, Ryan Sandberg. He died of cancer, like too young. 65. It's too young. I'm I'm a celibate, like not forced celibate, but I'm a voluntary celibate, like I see myself as like a Buddha character, or like a Gandhi, or like a, not really Jesus Christ, but like a Messiah type figure, like Andrew Clay Otten, the Omega Messiah, hence my name on YouTube's the Omega Messiah. Well, the @ symbol, if you want to search for me, it's the Omega Messiah. But it all makes sense, my numerology and all that. It all makes sense. The numbers fit just right, and like everything fits just right. Numerology isn't a pseudoscience, but I'm not gonna put it on my numerology most of the time. Like I might start it off with my numerology, but this is gonna be, like Journal of the Earthling, Andrew Clay Otten. I like to go by AC because, I'm schizophrenic, and like people in the future, sign me up for like, this is what Andrew Clay does today, and all that, like, but I'm not going to go by Andrew Clay when they want me to do something, I want to go by AC, like, they can't plan my future. They aren't my director, but, this is, like what a schizophrenic goes through every day, like this is the introduction to my new series, the Earthling AC Otten, the Earthling series. And I'm just gonna put the date at the end. AC Otten and the date. It's like almost 3 o'clock in the morning on August 4th, 2025. Gonna go into my history about my PTSD, like what I've been through in life, and it's gonna be like, explaining to you how I got the Andrew Clay Otten, the Omega Messiah, and what went wrong, and what, they could have got me right, I didn't have to walk all the way around to get it back to me, because I'm not a liar like they are. But should have started at me, and it should have ended with me, they're characters, smartasses. Everybody's a smartass. Alright, this is this journal entry, I'm just gonna call it journal entry 1. I'm not gonna do an introduction. Well, I'm gonna call it introduction journal 1.